Disclaimer from Inclu Radio. The views and opinions expressed in this live report are those of the presenter and do not necessarily reflect the official policy or position of this show. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the One Inclusion Live Weekend Edition. I am your host, Carlos Kanahashi, and today is Saturday, June 27, 2020. And we are broadcasting live through Inclu Radio. We will be there until further notice, until HNI Philippines will be back anytime soon. Panigurado yun, guys. And this afternoon, our topic for today is about very interesting. I'm happy for this topic. It is the next step. But before we go through this, let us now recite together the Oratio Imperata against COVID-19. Let us remember that we are in the holy presence of God. God our Father, we come to you in our need to ask your protection against the COVID-19 that has disturbed and even claimed lives. We pray that you guide the people tasked to find cures for this disease and to stem its transmission. Protect the medical experts that we minister to the sick with competence and compassion. We pray for those afflicted. May they be restored to health soon. Protect those who care for them. Grant eternal rest to those who have died. Give us the grace in this trying time to work for the good of all and to help those in need. We implore you to stop the spread of this virus and to save us from our fears. Grant all this through our Lord Jesus Christ, your Son, who lives and reigns with you in the unity of the Holy Spirit, one God, forever and ever. Amen. We fly to your protection, O Holy Mother of God. Do not despise our petition in our necessities, but deliver us always from all dangers, All Glorious and Blessed Virgin, Amen. Our Lady, Health of the Sick, pray for us. Saint Raphael the Archangel, pray for us. Saint Roch, pray for us. Saint Lorenzo Ruiz, pray for us. Saint Pedro Calungsod, pray for us. Okay. This afternoon, let us talk about the next step. But before we go again to get through, we have an update. As of 4 p.m. today, the Department of Health already confirmed the total number of COVID-19 updates as of 4 p.m. As of today, we have 34,803 total number of cases. So here's the breakdown. For the fresh cases, 560. Late cases, 178, with the total confirmed cases is 738. 9,430 were recovered and 1,236 were dead. And the topic for today is a TV review, the next step. Okay. All good. We're now broadcasting live on Into Radio. Just checking to ensure that we will start right. Okay. So, the next step is a Canadian teen drama series. This is a mockumentary style, guys. Para siyang mockumentary style influenced by a reality television. It follows the members of a troupe from a titular dance studio as they train for and compete in various championships. Their members deal with rivalries with other dance schools and drama among the team itself. This series was premiered on Family Channel last Canada on March 8, 2013. It was aired in the US, UK, and they also had as one digital content. They also have live shows featuring its cast members. Let us dig deeper what happened from each season. Let us get the significant events. From season 1. From season 1, Miss Kate took over the next step from her mother, at the time was the previous owner. Chris remained as the head choreographer of the next step, and his responsibility is to teach the dancers some of the routines and all the dances for the competitions. Each troupe prepared for their 17th annual Absolute Dance Regionals under the leadership of their dance captains, Emily and Michelle. James left the next step in compliance with the orders of Deborah. The mother of James drew the low grades in math. And when he passed math, he went back to the next step and started a love relationship. Or rather, it's a love interest. Jiley. That's why later you ask yourself, are you gonna go with Jiley or Ralphie? Okay. Dania had an injury. The next step had only 9 dancers. At the time, there was an emergency happened. Emily and Stephanie attempt to audition in one of the rival dance studios of the next step, which is Elite Dance Studio. Owned by Lucian, the dance captain was Amanda. Despite their efforts, the dancers convinced Emily to go back to the next step dance studio. Eventually, Emily returned. The E-Girls, they're like the 0% club on season 4, but we're still focused on season 1. The E-Girls rose to power. And then finally, after they became victorious, the next step won regionals under the leadership of Miss Kate and Chris. Season 1's the best episode ever, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? From season 2, what happened? Season 2, Chris left the next step in order to become the co-owner of Superstar Dance, and in his place, Phoebe became the head choreographer. The next step decides to host the challenge. It resulted to some significant changes in the A-Troupe lineup. Michelle leaves the studio, Emily becomes distrusted, and Amanda became the interim A-Troupe dance captain briefly. It was later resolved and settled. Danielle left the next step in order to join Superstar Dance. They also continue with the rivalry with Elite Dance Academy, which is owned by Lucien. The next step won nationals under the leadership of Miss Kate and Phoebe. But their celebration is cut short when the dancers discover that they are due to be evicted from their studio. Okay? They also have new faces like Talia, and there's also Zach Hunter is there. There is Manda, Eldon. So, still Jiley forever. Sounds cool. That's what happened to season 3 when the celebration was cut short. Okay. Lucien attempt to take over the studio and the building. Why? Lucien owned the building, but Miss Kate said, Lucien has owned the building. Huh? Really? Maybe one of the students of Lucien attempt to take over the Next Step Dance studio from him. Maybe one of the students bought the Next Step and attempt to place it under the new management. And the elite and the Next Step merge for internationals. But dance battles are arranged in order to settle the issue. But thankfully, dahil sa awa ng Diyos, si Lucien, ang plano niya ay nakapire. At dahil dito, si Miss Kate na bahala at si Phoebe na bahala mag-take charge ng studio. Dahil sa sakit ni Emily at dahil si Michelle ay may problema, mayroon silang bagong dance captain, si Giselle. Yan yung kanyang kapalit ni Emily at Michelle. Ella from the United Kingdom went to the Next Step for an exchange program. And remember, Ella and Riley destroyed the Nationals trophy when they play soccer, and Miss Kate was disappointed because of what happened, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. And then the Next Step went to Miami to compete at the Absolute Dance Internationals. And finally, the Next Step won internationals in Miami under the leadership of their studio head, Miss Kate, and the head choreographer, Phoebe, and of course, their dance captain, Giselle. Look at the B Troop went victorious. Rochelle was there. Sierra was also part of the Absolute Dance Internationals. Skylar remained at the Next Step. Yeah. Chloe also left the Next Step to dance the Nutcracker. She was victorious at the time when the Next Step won. Daniel also was happy about that, and declared the Next Step as the best dance studio in the world. Season 4, what happened? In Season 4, this is the worst season ever. Try to listen to this, guys. In Season 4, after competing at the Absolute Dance Internationals in Miami, A Troop has made a name for themselves in the dance world, putting the Next Step Dance Studio on the map. That means that the Next Step was declared as the best studio in the world. But their return to regionals could mean the departure of their beloved favorites, which would force the team to start from scratch. A brand new dancers would mean new dynamics and challenges for the studio, and we should fight harder to make it back to the top. The one who came to the Next Step were Alfie, Piper, Sloan, Troy, Henry, Amy, and Cassie. Kate steps down as studio head temporarily in order to judge a dance competition in the United Kingdom. Riley became the interim studio head in her absence. A dance captain was held on Season 4. Skylar became dance captain, replacing Giselle, Emily, and Michelle. Unlike previous years, the studio had to win a qualifier competition in order to compete at the Absolute Dance Regionals. But due to Noah's untreated back injury, in the first qualifier, the team doesn't place high enough. For the second qualifier, Riley later pulls the team out. They will lose a dancer due to the rule that the winning team can poach a dancer from another team. At the third qualifier, the Next Step is victorious and finally qualifies for regionals. Then Wes, Eldon, and James attended the Bangers hip hop competition in the United Kingdom, and they represented the Next Step Dance Studio. And because of this, they won the Bangers and Mashers hip hop competition. in London. And Talia also was in the UK at the time from Woodland Dance Academy. Met Riley there. Okay. During season 4, that season also has featured guest appearances from a spin-off called Lost and Found Music Studios. Lost and Found Music Studios is located on the same building where the Next Step is. They happened during the 4th season, right? And under the leadership of Riley, the Next Step lost regionals. So bad. So season 4 for me is the worst. Sa totoo lang, bakit ginaganyan ng mga Next Step? Bakit natalo sila sa regionals? Dapat panalo, di ba? Bakit natalo? Dahil the Next Step they lost a dancer, right? During the right? Kahit ang the Next Step nabawi na sa nung season 4, the Next Step ay ay naging panalo sa Bangers and Mashers hip hop competition sa Britanya, sa London. Kakainis talaga. They also hosted a bullying special. During the 4th season, they had an episode called "Come Together," wherein the Next Step dancers will host anti-bullying bullying exercises. Okay, what does this mean? The things of to exercise. What are the types of bullying that were involved? Okay. And also, the Next Step, for the first time, they have held an off season. They have on season 4 and the transition between season 4 and season 5. They were broadcasted on CBBC's YouTube page in Canada and the Family Channel app, and then outside Canada in the UK through the Next Step YouTube page. They also had an off season. What happened in the off season? Some new dance. Well, if you're impatient at the time when just after season 5 ended, season 4 ended last May 12, 2017. Season 5 of the Next Step started on May 26, 2017. It only lasted for 7 months only. Okay. So let's see what will happen on season 5. Okay, let's look. So on the end of season 4, after the Next Step lost regionals, they need to recover what they have done for the studio in order to what will they expect soon. They were done. Gemini won the Next Step. Gemini won regionals. Let's look what happened at season 5. It only lasted for 7 months. So, since season 5 of the Next Step brought about several changes in the studios. After the Next Step lost regionals, A-Troop is once again the underdog, but they won't let them from getting back to the top. As many dancers left the studio to pursue their other goals and dreams, Emily, the former A-Troop member and dance captain, stepped in to take over the Next Step dance studio. But her strict regime isn't welcome by everyone, and the studio quickly divides into two: TNS East and TNS West. Emily's classically trained dancers and the self-trained hip-hop crew led by Michelle. Only one team can make it to regionals, and this is a full-out battle between East and West. Elliot, Josh, Ozzy, Lola, Jackie, Kingston, Heather, and Zara came to the Next Step. Let's watch. May mga news articles kaugnayang sa The Next Step Season 5, guys. Try mo to panoorin. Okay. This is from CP24, ang sikat na news channel galing Canada. Try mo tong panoorin mo yung news kaugnayang sa...
What would John Molson do to help bring Canadians together? He'd raise one to the home brews, the micro brews, and all the good people brewing great brews. He'd celebrate all Canadian-born beer. he'd make it Canadian.
Who could have known that extra love could add
Sensya
extra
na po guys, may
pounds?
advertisements
That
po
all
na.
those accidents could have a medical explanation, or that the smallest changes could make the biggest impact. You did, and so did we. That's why Hills always starts with a pet's biology to anticipate their ever-changing nutritional needs for differences you can see, feel, and trust. So you're always a step ahead.
Season 5 of The Next Step premieres today on Family Channel, and the new season of the hit series represents a new chapter for the studio after the dancers are divided into 2 separate teams. Here to tell us more are 2 of the newest cast members for Season 5, Jessica Lord, who plays Lola, and Noah Zulfikar, who plays Kingston. Welcome.
Thank you for having us.
Yes, and congratulations on getting a role on the show. Let me ask you, before you were cast on Season 5, did you watch the show beforehand?
Yes, I know I did.
Yes.
And were you big fans?
I was a huge fan, especially Season 1. I had a lot of dancers at my studio that were on the show, like Isaac Lupian and Devin Brown, Miles Ehrlich, so I knew all of them. Yeah.
And you're surrounded, by so much talent on the show. It's one thing to go there and audition, and you obviously have talent too. That's why you landed the role. But then to be surrounded by so many people who are all just so good at what they do.
Yeah.
What's that like?
It's unbelievable, especially like watching the show and then being able to work with those people. It's kind of surreal. But yeah, like we definitely inspire each other and feed off of each other when we're on set as well. So it's really like a cool experience.
Okay, so let's talk about your characters. Season 5. So people are really being introduced to you for the first time. Lola's your character.
Yeah.
And he's a YouTube star, so everything he knows and learned was from watching YouTube videos, and he goes viral with his dance videos, and that's how he gets picked up on the team. But he struggles with really picking up choreo on the whole competition dance side because he's more of a self-taught dancer.
Very cool. So without giving too much away, because of course we want people to tune in today, the premiere happening at 4:30, by the way, and then you can rewatch it again if you miss it at 7 p.m. on Family Channel. What can you tell us? Because I mentioned that there's a little bit of a change in Season 5 with the dance troupe.
Yeah, so there is a lot more drama in Season 5. So Emily, a former dance captain, comes back, and people don't really sit well with how strict she is. So the studio quickly divides into 2, and that's kind of what causes the rivalry and all the drama between the next step.
And they have to move on, but only one side can move on.
Yeah,
so,
to go to regionals.
So it gets competitive.
Oh, yeah.
Very cool. So as the newest members, you're also going to be part of a summer concert that is happening, which we should tell people about, because it's a chance for them to come see you perform, but also a chance to meet the cast as well, right?
Yes.
So yeah, it's Big Ticket Summer Concert, August 27th. We will be performing, and we're super excited.
That's so fun. And you can still get tickets.
Yeah, they're still available.
I should also mention there is a short series that is also available on the Family Channel app. This is basically what happened between Season 4 and Season 5.
Yeah, and
Everything
yeah,
that
pretty
goes
much.
between.
Yeah, and it's a good way to like introduce the new characters because there is quite a few of us that are new. So it gives the fans an opportunity to like really understand our characters and kind of get an introduction of what's going to happen in Season 5.
So far you haven't had the chance then to really get sort of that viewer response, but I'm sure that you've heard from some of your colleagues on the show. I mean, what do you hear about the fans and how much they love the show? There's such a huge following.
Yeah.
Our fans are so supportive, and they really make the show what it is. I mean, without them, we wouldn't really be a show. So it all goes back to the fans.
Yeah.
Well, we want to encourage everybody to watch Season 5. Premieres today, 4:30. Make sure you tune in, and you'll be introduced to Lola and Kingston. We're looking forward to it.
We are too.
Okay, thanks for being here.
Okay. Isa pang video. Yun. Okay. Base sa video na pinanood nyo guys, yung nangyari, ito. So, si Emily, yung dating dance captain, hindi niya kumahigpit ba siya. Dahil dito, yung sineperate na yung next step into 2, yung after Riley stepped down as studio head to attend business school, Kate names Emily as the new studio head. Michelle needs to have another team. And then their dance captains are Rochelle and Piper. Since only one team from the studio can compete at regionals, a dance battle occurred between the two teams to determine who will go. Tina's East won. But however, the entire studio is eventually disallowed from competing after Kate's being aware of the conflict between the two teams. In season 5, they also have Studio 1, who was built on the east wing of the Next Step Dance studio. Eventually, Tiana's East and Tiana's West merge into a unified A troupe and are allowed to be back into the bid for regionals. Should only have one dance captain. Noah, the first male dance captain, took over, replacing Piper and Rochelle. After creating a qualifier video, the A troupe was qualified for regionals. And it was revealed that Kate fired Emily and Michelle as co-studio heads after discovering that Michelle was allowed to dance on an injury and she subsequently closed the Next Step temporarily for 3 weeks. Okay, I have another video in connection to season 5. Yung naka-interview siya. Hanap ako guys ng video. So,
The wonderful thing about BT is it gives you everything.
this is about season 5.
Sa sakit ng ulo at
Try mo
lagnat,
ito
kahit
panoorin.
malayo sila, ramdam pa rin ang galing talaga.
May isa pang video.
Well, she's a dancer and an actress, a real Calgary success story, and she's the newest cast member on the hit TV series The Next Step. She plays Zara, and Melina Robinson is here to tell us all about it. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Congratulations on all your successes so far.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, and you're just 16. She turned 17 on Sunday. It's very exciting. It's very exciting. Tell us a little bit about the show.
The show is a mockumentary, and it's based on studio life, how dancers act every day, what they do, their classes, the drama between the dancers, of course, and it's awesome, and I'm so excited for this next season.
I bet you are. So I'm looking at the dance in these trailers, and like this is serious dance. This isn't like, oh, you know, she can kind of dance or kind of act. Like these are serious dancers.
Yes, they are, and they're all amazing, and I love them so much.
And is the cast from right across the country, or where are they from? From everywhere?
Yes, Ontario, BC, Alberta, for myself.
Right.
Yeah, we come from all over.
Wow. So how did you land the role?
I actually sent in a video to the casting director, and then she wanted to see me in person, so I went out to Toronto for 2 auditions and then landed the role.
Wow, that's so
Yeah.
exciting. And you've taped the entire season already. Tell me how that went.
Yes, last summer we filmed season 5. I was there for 2 months. I got to move out to Toronto. It was awesome, and it was like it was a home away from home. We were just a big family.
Oh, that's so great. That's
Yeah.
nice to hear, especially when you're dealing with young performers, right? Yeah. Okay, so you play a character named Zara. I'm sure. Just watching you here, I mean, you're such an incredible dancer. But it's one thing to be a dancer, and it's quite another thing to be an actress. How do you
Yes.
work the two together?
It kind of flows easy, especially for this show, just because you're acting as a student for the next step. So I'm a student every day at my studio, so it just flows naturally, and
For sure.
with everyone on set, you just feed off each other's energy, and it's just awesome.
It's so great. Wonderful. Now, here at home, you're still busy. You're still at your studio every day.
Yes, I am.
Do you literally go there every day? I mean, are you literally training every day?
Yes, I have weekends off, unless I'm at like a dance convention or something like that. But at studio, I am there from Monday to Friday. Whether it's teaching or taking class, I am there every day.
Wow. And you said you've got some little ones that you're working with and teaching. What's it like for them to see you on TV and having so much success at such a young age?
They're so excited, and just seeing the fact that someone from Calgary can make it, and showing them that your dreams can come true is awesome, and I love showing them that anything's possible.
Oh, that's so great. And that hard work does pay off, doesn't it?
Yes, always. My mom always taught me that.
Oh, that's great. She sounds like a great mom.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Congratulations on all your success.
Thank you so
The
much.
show premieres on Friday, doesn't it?
Yes, on Family Channel.
Wonderful. That's so great. Thank you so much. It's
Thank
gonna
you
be
for
great.
having me.
My 9-year-old daughter is all over it.
Okay, yung sa season 5, sabi ni ito, the provinces, the dancers of the Next Step season 5, the cast members, mostly are from Ontario, some from Alberta, isa from British Columbia. All over, galing sila from throughout Canada yung show. Do you know what's more interesting in season 5, guys? Daniel and Wes return to the Next Step as head choreographers. Sa totoo lang. Isn't it? Okay. Okay. What's more? Okay, tingnan natin yung mangyari for the next 2 seasons. Season 6 lasted from 2018 to 2019. So season 6, they also have some changes. After a major shock since the Next Step studio reeling, they had some changes, like the dancers scrambling to get back on the road to competition. That means pulling out all the stops, held a dance convention, a team building escape room, and an in-studio prom. As A Troop gets ready for the dance competition of its life, new faces cause egos to clash, friendships to form, and romances to blossom. While some of the dancers think it should be all for one and one for all, others that declare that they did when it comes to winning. Miss Angela, the new there's a new strict studio head. She was very strict. She came to the Next Step, replacing Emily and Michelle. After Angela's plan to take over and design the Next Step is revealed, Miss Kate rejected Miss Angela and rehires Emily and Michelle. Davis, Summer, Kenzie, Lily, and Finn came to the Next Step. So some of the dancers and the cast members from the Next Step season 6 are mostly from Ontario. Some are from British Columbia. Dero, a dance sensation, came to the Next Step for a dance convention. Ipakita ko sa iyo si Dero. Guys, more interesting. Ito si Dero. Ang pangalan niya ay si Courtney Nicole Kelly. Ang kanyang nickname ay si Dero. Isang Amerikanong dance sensation at model. Ito siya, oh. Ito si Dero. Ito si Deto. Oh. Ito siya, oh. Naka brown hair, blue color, blue-green colored eyes. Yun. Ito siya, oh. Ito si Dero. Mas sikat yan. Also, YouTuber din yan na dancer. Si Dito, ladies and gentlemen. Ito siya, oh. Pumunta siya sa The Next Step para sa isang dance convention. Okay. After learning that the studio's competing in regionals, they have to keep Noah, their only 18-year-old dancer on the team. Lily stepped down as dance captain and Noah took over again. What's more interesting on season 6, guys? Acronation. This is Acronation, founded by Talia. Talia returned to the Next Step, but this time she founded Acronation. And then finally, the Next Step won regionals under the leadership of Emily, Miss Kate, and Michelle. I tried to show you some videos for the news articles in connection to the Next Step.
Who could have known that extra love could add extra pounds? That all those accidents could have a medical explanation? Or that the smallest changes could make the biggest impact? You did, and so did we. That's why Hills always starts with a pet's biology to anticipate their ever-changing nutritional needs for differences you can see, feel, and trust. So you're always a step ahead.
Do we take Noah off the team and win regionals? Or do we need to keep him on the team and lose? We would like to feature you in every team.
The Next Step, it's back for another season on the Family Channel. Season 6 premiered last weekend. The hit show follows the lives of dancers at the Next Step Dance Studio. And this season, the A Troupe is getting ready for a big competition. Here to tell us more is stars of the show, Shelby Bain and Isaiah Peck. Thank you for being here.
Well, thank you for having me.
You know, I was just saying to you guys in the commercial break, you guys are veterans now. You've been on for 3 seasons. So a lot has happened over the course of those seasons. Let's tell everybody what they can expect from season 6.
Well, like always, there's going to be lots of dancing, lots of drama, and this is kind of our journey to regionals. It's continuing on the road, and hopefully we win. That's kind of the...
Pretty much.
And I did mention that you guys are the veterans, but there are some new faces as well. And I guess that sort of always in any situation can, bring up some different emotions, right?
Absolutely. I think that having new characters on the show every season always spices it up a little bit. We all bring something different as dancers, and on top of that, just like it makes avenues for different storylines. So it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, and I should also mention that anytime we have anybody here on the show from the Next Step, whether it's you guys or anyone else, I read the resumes, and it's just unbelievable the amount of talent on the show. So whether they're new or whether you're veterans, let's talk a little bit about the skill level of the people in the show.
Absolutely. We're casted for our dancing first. So we've all been trained in our respective dance styles before we were actors, or even while we were acting.
And they actually develop our characters based on us and who we are as dancers. So if you are more of a lyrical contemporary dancer, your character is kind of formed around that style and who you are. Yeah.
So tell me about your characters. And you play Amy and you play Henry. So talk to me about your characters and sort of what we can expect from them this season.
So my character Amy is a very bubbly, positive character. Just wears her heart on her sleeve. This season, she feels a little underappreciated at the Next Step, so she actually switches teams and goes to Acronation, which is her main style. And her struggle is leading the team to regionals for Team Acronation. And as always, there's boy drama with his character. So, yeah.
Henry.
My character goes through, just like average teenage boy hip hop lifestyle, but he grows feelings for Amy, and then eventually his feelings starts to grow for another girl named Summer. And throughout all of that, he's kind of caught in this little love triangle.
Oh, Henry, make up your mind.
I know, right?
I know.
Make up your mind.
So bad.
I imagine that it's probably a lot of fun on set, right? Like, what is it like coming to work with, being surrounded by, I'm sure now, people have become your friends, right?
Yeah, well, I mean,
100%.
I've
We're a
known
family.
him for like 5 years, and he's like one of my best friends. And so just getting to work with your family, they become your family. And so not only is it work, but it's fun, and it's just a time to spend time with each other.
Honestly, whenever we're done filming and we wrap, it's the saddest thing. Like, no one wants to go home.
Wow.
Yeah.
Because we just want to spend time with each other.
Exactly.
Well, that explains why you're back for another season 6.
Exactly.
So we want to remind everyone, you can watch it every weekend on the Family Channel, or you can watch all of season 6 if you just can't get enough of it on the Family Channel app. Thank you so much for being here, guys.
Thank you for having us.
Okay. Marami yung mga videos na papakita ko sa inyong lahat eh. Okay. Hanap ko yung sa yung kay interview yung The Next Step Season 6. Hanap ako ng interview na video. Dali lang po. May balita. Okay. Yun lang, guys. Okay? Season 7, the recent one. Ito sila, oh. That these pictures from the former H-Troop members were reunited to attend the next steps of 30th anniversary party, and then later Michelle left. And then later, let us dig deeper to these details, guys. The next step officially celebrated its 30th anniversary with a Christmas party. They reunited previous members of A-Troop. The current A-Troop also performed a dance piece inspired by the Nutcracker. Emily plans this with the knowledge that the Nutcracker was the first production performed by the Next Step after Kathy opened the studio. After this, Michelle stepped down as studio head to pursue a professional dance career. Because this studio head, the longtime studio head, can no longer fulfill the role of studio on the best of their ability. Miss Kate tells the Next Step Dance Studio to a dance enthusiast and a British guy named Nick. This means that the Next Step Dance Studio was placed under the new management. After Noah and Jackie left, Lily returned to the Next Step. She can audition. Emily gives a decision for Lily to audition, but after confronting Angela A. Troop that Lily does want to be part of the team, and she became the 10th member of the troupe. For the first time, the Next Steps hold auditions for alternates for the national team. Clea and Heath were selected as the alternates. Heath or Heathcliff. A Troop auditioned for Dance Mania, and B Troop prepared for nationals. To decide who will replace Noah's dance captain, Summer became. Okay, based on the decision. And then during Dance Mania, Rochelle became the ad interim um, dance captain. At the auditions for the alternate spots, each candidate choreographs a trio. Despite name of the dancers into the A Troop, Winnie got an alternate spot for her enthusiasm. Summer was declared as new dance captain. After A Troop qualifies for season 13 of Dance Mania, Summer convinced them to compete for Dance Mania. A Troop can focus on Dance Mania. B Troop will focus on nationals. That's why Summer stepped down as A Troop's dance captain, and she was carried over to B Troop. Summer and Cleo are no longer in A Troop. It dropped the lead of the A Troop's audition for Dance Mania. Rochelle took over as the troop's unofficial leader, effectively becoming interim dance captain in all but name. Emily remained as the studio head, despite the Next Step was placed under the new management in season 7. Fresh off the regionals win, season 7 of the Next Step finds the dancers turning their attention towards nationals. Excitement has never been higher as competition for soloist positions heats up. An emotional send-off means big changes at the studio, and a past dancer returns to hope to earn redemption. As Ethiopia speeds towards nationals and rather Dance Mania, things take an unexpected turn when a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity shakes up the studio. Ethiopia struggles to stay united as they face the biggest decision of their dance careers. New romances jeopardize old friendships, fresh faces plot their ascent, and stalwart dancers choose to step out of their own. Does each of what it takes to make it on Dance's biggest stage? Will a new group of talented dancers merge in the future of the Next Step? For that season, all bets are off. This is ongoing, guys. And temporarily in Canada, season 7 was on CBC Gem, and it won't broadcast on Family Channel first. So the Family Channel can focus on their other programming. Who are these guys, ladies and gentlemen? These are the dance captains of the Next Step. From season 1 to season 3, it's Emily and Michelle. Season 3, Giselle. Season 4, Skylar. Season 5 is Piper and Rochelle, and then Noah. Season 6 is Lily and Noah. Season 7 is Summer and Rochelle. For the studio owners and heads, Miss Kate and Nick. And for the pastor duets, we have Miss Kate, Riley, Emily, Michelle, Angela, and Talia. Okay? My question for me is, will I be in favor of Jiley or Ralphie? For me, I'll pick Jiley because they were there since the beginning. I was a fan of the Next Step watcher, and if I go with Ralphie, Alfie is new. He can't take over Riley from James. Unbelievable, guys. Very unbelievable. Okay. Dali lang po, guys. Try to watch this. Yung ano ang sa tingin mo? Ralphie or Jiley? Team Jiley ka or si Team Ralphie? Let's look at the Family Channel Canada stars for their stand. Tingnan yung stand nila. Okay. Ito sa'yo to. Very interesting.
This is Family on YouTube.
Okay, ito.
This is Family on YouTube.
What do we do? Look, it's Team Jiley. I am Team Ralphie for 3 reasons.
And we're Team Jiley because they've been together since day one.
Ralphie is so cute.
I'm Team Jiley because they're the cutest couple ever, and I've shipped it forever, and they've been together since the beginning.
Way cuter than Jiley.
James is a really great sister, so...
They dance better together.
Oh, yeah, Ralphie?
How are you gonna take it?
Ralphie. Can't relate.
They're day ones. Season 1, Season 2, Season 3.
That's definitely false. Yeah, Jiley for life, Jiley forever. Team Jiley is where it's at. Can you be both at the same time is the real question. Absolutely not. No, never. Their relationship is goals, so...
Team Jiley because they're day ones.
And I'm Team Jiley because I gotta go with James.
You need to get some new goals. Jiley.
Ralphie.
That's one word, just 2 syllables. 2 syllables, so we do know that. Jiley for the win. Jiley. I didn't need the microphone because I just whispered it, but... Obviously, the right answer is Team Jiley.
Obviously, it's Team Jiley. What is this? I don't know what to choose.
Can't go wrong if you stick with the OG.
I'm Team Jiley because I'm a day one Next Step watcher. What do I pick? What do you guys think?
Ralphie. It's Ralphie.
Jiley?
But Team Ralphie is the ultimate underdog. I like the mischief that's involved.
He's new. He can't just take over Riley like that. I just can't break that love. They've been together since day one. What do you mean? Give us a twirl. Yes.
They've been here the longest. A1, day one.
They're like the first, you know? They were like there in the beginning. I'm rooting for them. Jiley for me is like the one true pair. The OTP. Listen, it's Switzerland. Jiley's endgame. That's it. You gotta love the Alps.
But together, we're Team Family. No one was in on that. Try to put it together. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Good news! Post from Inclu Radio reached 227 people and had. Is it okay ipakita ko sa'yo ulit yung video? Audio lang pinarinig ko sa'yo eh. Okay lang. Wow! That's nice. 371 engagements for this week. You know. Okay.
Of having a high school.
Okay. Meron akong babasahin na reflection. Okay. Meron akong babasa. Na reflection. Without enough care and attention, our faith might fade away and eventually becomes dry and boring. For believers, it is a priority to nurture faith. Before it is too late, we start finding our ways to assess our faith in God. We are the farmers of our own souls. The beautiful analogy of Jesus' parable of the mustard seed tells the most powerful imagery of spiritual growth. The mustard seed is just a tiny seed of all the seeds, but if sustained well, it could grow as the largest of all plants. Truly, no seed is bigger than its fruit. Faith grows bigger and bigger, so to speak. The growth of our faith must be like that of a mustard and seed planted in the field. Without proper nourishment and attention, the mustard seed will fade away and die on the ground. It needs sunlight. It needs water. The soil needs to be fertile to make the plant healthy and resilient to weather conditions. The period of home quarantine drives some people to do gardening or farming even at the comfort of homes for some. It is a positive indication that we learn something productive from our experiences of scarcity and limitations of our undertakings. With the protocol to stay at home, we make use of our time to become active, doing new things in our own spaces at home. We reclaim our natural connection to the ground while humanity is physically disconnected. We bring back the basis of creation, reproduction. While we follow steps in gardening or farming, we naturally imbibe the inner impact on how we nurture the seeds of faith in us. We too become mindful of our spiritual growth. Okay? Okay. Okay. So guys, thank you also. We expect more people to like. Okay, I will close now my report with this song. Okay, no, never mind. So we only have 4 minutes left to go before we wrap up the One Inclusion Love weekend. And we invite next Saturday on July 4, we will have the Battle of Saturday Night, starring Danmar Dayaw and Cedric John Mariano, hosting the Kumustahan sa HNI or dito po sa HNI 7 to 8 p.m. versus the comedy show of a controversial HNI member, Conan Tarok, and together with his friend, Juan Carlo Pabale, on the Facebook page of Conan Tarok. So watch out for that next Saturday and Sunday. Next Saturday, July 4 at 7 p.m. And here goes now the One Inclusion Live weekend for Saturday, June 27, 2020. On behalf of all of us at the Hands in Inclusion, the Inclusion Network, I am Carlos Kanashi. We will see you again tomorrow, Sunday, at the same time, 5 to 6 p.m. Thank you very much. May God bless us all. Pagpalain po ng buong may kapal. One inclusion forever. HNI, God first. Thank you very much. Peace out and goodbye.